Hey guys, the Ace, and I'm going to make this video as kind of a uh, precursor to a video I'm going to be making soon. So, the next video I probably will be uploading, if not, it's going to be one very soon. It's going to be in the movie Cyberbully, that 2011 travesty that is about bullying on the internet. So, when I make my movies, I usually watch them first and foremost, and then usually I rewatch it before I sit down and kind of riff it and make fun of it. Upon rewatch, I just realized something big about me that I need to get out of the way before I even make this video. That is, I do not understand a lot of things anymore, especially when it resorts to younger people and the internet. Now, there is plenty of things I do understand, like anything scientific related or some math and some writing skills and stuff. That stuff I know. No, I'm going to be talking more about people and the internet and how things just completely changed. One other thing I will not be doing is I will not be talking about anything political. So if you're thinking about that, this is the wrong channel for you. I try to avoid anything political on my channel. I might have slipped up in the past and said something about that. I try not to. I try not to talk about political issues on this channel. That's not what I want this channel to be about. If I want a channel about politics and my opinions on it, I would make a channel dedicated to that. Anyways, with that being said, I just realized something important about me. I just do not get people my age, and I am in my early 20s. I'm obviously old enough to drink alcohol, so that should give you a rough estimate of what my age is. I do not understand people my age anymore, especially when it involves social media and the internet as a whole. I will give you a prime example of this. So, I'm in a Discord server with a bunch of other people, and I will not share any names of that Discord server because why would I? That's stupid. Anyways, there was one person, we have like a convent section where you can just, let out frustrations and stuff. It helps people clear their minds. One person comes onto that section and starts complaining and talking about how their mom is finding out that they were gay or something like that. And everyone immediately in the server rushed to their defense, saying like, oh, we're here to support you, whatever decision you make. And it's like me and a few other people that I know probably were all on the sidelines just sitting there like this, just trying to comprehend one basic thing about them. Why would you post anything like that on the internet? Why would you post some personal details about yourself on the internet, especially if you don't want people finding out? Me personally, I don't give a shit of who watches any of my videos. I give you info that I feel freely sharing about you. For example, I am asexual. Okay, cool. I don't care if you do whatever the hell you want with that info. Sorry. Do whatever the hell you want with that info. I don't care. Okay? I'm sharing that info about you and my age being in the early 20s. I don't care. All that info I'm going to share with you, but other more personal info, I'm not going to share with you. Because why would I? What good would that serve anybody? And applying that logic, why would you post something super personal about yourself, especially stuff that you don't want other people finding out about you or a particular set of people finding out about you? Why would you post it on a free and open source of information and expect decent things or even good things to come out of it? Now, you might be saying, well, TikTok and all that kind of stuff, if I didn't mention they posted it on TikTok, they have privacy settings and all that kind of stuff. Well, I didn't ask, and I barely remember, but I don't know if they even put their account on private. I'm assuming they did not. If their family that they don't really want finding out about them kind of blocked them. Why didn't you make this private? Like, if you have to post on the internet, fine. Alright, whatever. At least make it private. There's things in your control here, okay? Now, none of this info that I know of was leaked on by another person. That's something completely different. This is something that wasn't leaked by another person. This was actively chosen to be posted on the internet. That I have no sympathy for. Anyone sitting there complaining about their relatives or anybody that don't want to know info about them when they actively posted it on the internet. In my opinion, if you post something, especially personal info about yourself, you should not be able to be upset of anybody that uses said personal info against you. You put it out there, you deal with the consequences. Now, I'm saying stuff you put out there. There is a very big difference between it being forcibly put out there against your will. That is something completely different. But, for the context of what we're talking about, they actively chose to post this. And what really confuses me is not that I wouldn't scorn them outright, because that's just mean. Especially when they're going through kind of a more emotional phase. That was mean. No. What I don't understand is why everyone goes through their support instead of just sitting there going, not blaming them, but wondering why would they post it in the first place. And I'm pretty sure for closure, I'm pretty sure they get resolved. They resolve the issue with whatever happened, and they're a bit happier now. But it's that instance that makes me question what happened. What happened? Why can't I thought I could understand people relatively my age, younger or older. But now I just feel like I'm in my fucking 70s, trying to figure out how all these Facebooks and TikToks and Snapchats work. Because I think they're all fucking stupid. I do not understand any of them. I am not kidding you. I do not get it. Yes, I have seen these ads plenty of times. I have never opened them. I never downloaded them. I never did any of that because I see my friends used it. I seen my sibling use it. Why? Why would I want to use this? I seen them use it and I hate it. It looks like I don't understand the appeal for it. I'm definitely not in the target audience for it. Now, something like TikTok, I can understand if, like, kids are on it. Alright, I can see the appeal for kids, but there's people my age and older using this fucking site. I'm like, how insecure and how desperate are you? You don't need this. You don't need any of this. I don't know. I know I sound like a fucking old man, but I'm at this point in my early 20s. I'm trying to figure out why anyone does this. I'm trying to figure out I must be born in the wrong time frame. I should have been born in like the fucking 60s and 70s. At least then it would make sense of why I'm confused on everything. But no. I was born in the late 90s, and I'm trying to figure out how any of this makes sense to anybody. I legitimately have been trying to figure this shit out. Of why people think this is appealing, why people think anything is appropriate anymore, or why people think they should have the right to be upset when they're the ones who fucked it up. For me, this is the equivalent of me wearing a too tight shoe, actively choosing to wear said tight shoe, and then start complaining to other people that my shoe is too tight. I actively chose to wear that shoe, and this is causing me discomfort. Why should I expect people to be sympathetic and not be going like, well, have you tried taking off the shoe before? I don't see this one. I know people say, well, you can't delete everything on the internet. Okay, fine. But the problem is, let's go back to that shoe example. Why would I put the shoe on in the first place? If I knew it was too tight, it was too small for me, and it was going to crush my foot, why would I put it on in the first place? And going back to that example of the person earlier, if you knew that could cause problems, or if you don't want people seeing it, why did you post it? That's like putting on the shoe that is too tight. Why would you post something if you don't want other people to see it, or a specific group of people that could end up seeing it? It just boggles my mind that people think this is okay. Or how people nowadays are either hypersensitive to fucking any type of criticism or any type of disagreement. Like in the same Discord, I use certain words like the word retarded in a completely different context. I would never call a physically or a mentally disabled person retarded. I would never call anyone like that. No, who do I call retarded? Oh, the dumbass that knows better but does it anyways. Or I call the whole process of me trying to get a W-2 from a university that is so unuser friendly, I call that entire process retarded. And I use the comment section, and people are getting upset because I use the word retarded in the context of this whole system and the whole process is just fucking retarded. And I'm at this point, I'm just riffing, I'm just trying to let my anger out, but people start complaining about me using that term. People get fucking hypersensitive over fucking nothing anymore. And it's just, I am so lost. Like, and these are people, these aren't like, young kids. These are people my age, like, they're late teens, early 20s. Like, these are people in the same generation as me. And I'm so lost. Yes, maybe I shouldn't use the word retarded. Yes, I know. But this is the comment section. I need to get my anger out just as much as everyone else does. And some of the people that post in it post over what I think is absolute stupid bullshit, but I respect the rules of the comment section where everyone can vent about whatever the hell they want. I think about a third of the time it's absolutely stupid and pointless. They're bitching about absolute nonsense. But I keep my silence. I never would go out and attack people on the Discord or anything. I think it's stupid, but I will let them come vent. Hey, they need it as much as I need it. So I will be fair. I'm not going to say anything to that. I'll just say whatever comment, bite my tongue, and just let them at it. Okay. I mean, I keep that courtesy, and I expect the courtesy from everybody else, but apparently no one wants to do that anymore. I guess it's just the world we live in anymore. I just don't understand it anymore. I guess in the time frame of my life in this early 20s, I now completely lack to understand anyone younger than me. No, don't get me wrong, I barely understand people that are older than me. I guess I just don't understand anyone, but I have a better chance of understanding people that are older than me than I do people younger than me or even at my same age level. So that's where I am now. Now, this is something I wanted to talk about, and I just needed to get out of my chest. I don't use social media. I had a Facebook, but I think I got rid of it a long while ago. I thought social media, and I think social media still is to this day, really fucking stupid. And probably the worst aspect of these are these influencer people that I'm not sure if people take seriously or dismiss them as a joke. I want to say people dismiss them as a joke, but given how some of the people that I've seen in public idolize and worship some of these influencers or these big end YouTubers that are just complete douchebags, I can't assume that everyone dismisses them as a joke. And this is another thing that kind of has me a little concerned is what are the people that are younger than me actually taken away from these absolute wretched assholes who aren't actually that, probably weren't actually that bad in person, but stage everything, but these kids can't tell that. So they see everyone acting like an asshole and thinking, oh, this is the best way I can become popular or anything like that. I know, I think people might say I'm digging too deep into it, but I don't think what I'm saying is completely unreasonable. Because I've seen some kids out there that are absolute spoiled brats and say stupid shit that sounds reminiscent of all the douche tubers I've ever fucking watched. And it makes me upset. Hell, I worked as a summer camp counselor and worked with some of the kids born between the late 2000s and mid 2010s that grew up on this shit. And they're some of the most insufferable kids I've ever interacted with. Thinking they're so much better than everyone else and acting like a complete asshole to me and everyone else around them. And he gets surprised when no one wants to hang out with them. I don't want to interact with them if they're just going to sit there and just berate me the whole time. And I couldn't imagine a lot of other kids wouldn't want that either. So yeah, guys, I wanted to make this video of explaining kind of where I am in the world right now and why I still want to make the review of Cyberbully, even though I'm not a really good person with social media or any of that shit. There's actually several reasons why I'm going to review it anyways. One, it's fucking atrocious. Upon rewatch, it got worse than when I watched it back in 2013-ish, 2 years after it came out. What about when it was still prevalent? It got worse on review. Second, the social media that they have is modeled very much like Facebook, which I'm very familiar with, because I had Facebook for a while before I got rid of that one. 3, its moral and its message is so fucked up beyond repair, it's actually kind of funny a little bit. 4, the acting is so bad at points, I actually burst into laughter of how awful it is. And among many other reasons why I still do that. So, I wanted you to know that I might not be the most in tune with social media, but I can still find a piece of shit movie when I see it. And I still plan on ripping this piece of shit apart. And I'm gonna have fun doing it too. So yes, next video probably will be of the Cyberbully review. It will either be one whole video or it will be in 2 pieces, depending on how much content I can cram in to the video that makes sense or actually flows coherently, unlike this piece of shit video. Anyways, guys, I thank you so much. If you watched the whole thing, I thank you so much for watching the whole thing. I am a bit tipsy right now, but it's currently 4 a.m. and I had to make this video before I even began work on the Cyberbully review. Now, I did rewatch it. I always rewatch my videos on review. Anything I try to review, I always try to watch it beforehand, so that way I'm familiar with things. And I figured this is something I need to address, so that way I'm not bringing it up constantly in my review about how I'm out of tune with a lot of social media. But at the same time, that doesn't really matter because this piece of shit was made over a decade ago. And yes, I know other people reviewed it and talked about it, but I still want to talk about it and still bash it because I had to sit through this shit when I was in middle school. It sucked, and I want to tell you why I thought it sucked. Anyways, guys, I thank you so much for watching this really silly video of me basically riffing on the world as a whole, me not understanding any of this shit, you know. Feeling like a freaking boomer even though I'm in my early 20s. But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like. It means a lot to me. And stay tuned for the Cyberbully review that will be coming out pretty soon. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day. See ya.